Hello children, here is a continuation of the chapter 11, the Rashtrakutas of Maniketa and Chalukyas of Kalyana. In the previous video, we have studied about the Rashtrakutas, and now in today's video, we shall study the Chalukyas of Kalyana. So in this chapter, you are going to study about the administration and literary contributions of Kalyana Chalukyas and the extent of Rashtrakuta territory. The Chalukyas of Kalyana started to rule from 973 CE to 1189 CE. When did the period started or the rule started? From 973 CE to 1189 CE. The period of the Chalukyas of Kalyana enjoys an honorable place in the history of India. So the period itself enjoys a great place in the history of India, and they give special importance for literature and education. So who gave the special encouragement for literature and education? Chalukyas of Kalyana. And they provided opportunities for development of Kannada and Sanskrit literature also. And they gave patronage to famous Kannada poets like Durga Simha, Ranna, Nagachandra and others. And during this period, Vachana literature came into prominence. So during this period, Vachana movement were highlighted or given more importance, and the credit goes to Someshwara first. Why the credit goes to Someshwara first? Because he built a new city called Kalyana and made it as a capital. Tailapa II had been a feudatory king of the Rashtrakuta. So who was the feudatory king of Rashtrakuta? Rashtrakutas Tailapa II. So feudatory means, as I told you, a person who holds land under the conditions of feudal system. Defeated the king, Rashtrakuta king Karka II. So who defeated Rashtrakuta king? Tailapa II defeated Rashtrakuta king Karka II, and he captured Maniketa. After defeating the king, he captured Maniketa and established the kingdom of Kalyana Chalukyas. And his rule was approximately 24 years. Who ruled 24 years? Tailapa II. Someshwara I is one of the important kings of this dynasty. So who was the important king of this dynasty? Someshwara I. And he built a new city called Kalyana and made it capital. This is today Basava Kalyanas. This is today, in today's world, it is known as Basava Kalyana, which is present in Bidar district. Though Someshwara I had to wage many wars, he had to take care to see his kingdom. Even though he had a tough time by waging wars, he took care of his kingdom. With the kingdom, he didn't allow the kingdom to shrink in any way, and he defeated Raja Chola in Koppam. Vikramaditya VI, son of Someshwara I. So who was the son of Someshwara I? Vikramaditya VI. He is the greatest king. Who was the greatest king? Vikramaditya VI was the greatest king of this dynasty, and he was extremely courageous, warrior and excellent administrator. So he was a warrior and he is very courageous and an excellent administrator, and he began the Chalukya Vikrama era. And he began which era? Chalukya Vikrama era in 1076 CE. And he suppressed the revolt of the Hoysala king Vishnuvardhana, and he established contact with the Sri Lankan king Vijaya Bahu. So he had a contact with whom? The Sri Lankan king Vijaya Bahu. The kingdom began to decline. So after his period, the kingdom began to decline during the periods of kings who came after Vikramaditya VI and Someshwara II. It became very weak during the period of Someshwara IV and Kalachuri Bijjala. Kalachuri Bijjala occupied Kalyana and began to rule it. And it was at this time the social revolutionary Sri Jagat Jyoti Basaveshwara came into light. and he devoted his life to spreading the values of the Veerashaiva sect to the common people. So like this, the kingdom slowly started declining because of the weak rulers. Next, let us study what Basaveshwara preached. What are the preachings of Basaveshwara in three forms? Soft advice, harsh criticism, strict warning. So these were the three forms of preachings of Basaveshwara. That is soft advice, harsh criticism, strict warning. He thought that surrendering oneself to Shiva with a total devotion was the only path to salvation. So he thought that surrendering oneself to Shiva with the total devotion, that total devotion was the only way to salvation. He declared that work is worship. As you told, work is worship. Kayakave Kailasa. He established Anubhav Mantap in 1162 CE and wrote Vachanas in simple Kannada. Who wrote Vachanas in simple Kannada? Basaveshwara wrote that resembled the spoken language of common people, which was used to match to the spoken language of common people. Now let us study the contributions of Kalyana Chalukyas. Like Chalukyas of Badami, the Chalukyas of Kalyana too have made special contributions in various fields. The kingship was hereditary. Here, the kingship was hereditary and kingdom was divided into provinces. How the kingdom was divided? It was divided into provinces, that is Mandala, and small provinces like Nadu, and there were Kampanas. Today it is known as Hubli, to enable smooth functioning of administration of villages. And which was the main source of income to the kingdom? Land revenue was a main source of income for the kingdom, and other sources of income included sales tax, toll and tax on professions. There was an officer called Kadita Vargade appointed to look after the collection of land revenue, and there were different sects or guilds or portions in trade and business also. Literature received encouragement during the period of Chalukyas. Among that, Kannada literature prospered with the support of Jain scholars. The notable works of this period are Gadayuddha, written by Ranna, Panchachantra, written by Durga Simha, Vikramanka Devacharita, composed by Billana, Dharmamruta, composed by Nayasena, and legal works, Mitakshara, authored by Vigneshwara. These are the literary works, notable works of this period. Manasa Solasa, written by King Someshwara III, is considered as the Sanskrit encyclopedia. And the unique contribution of Chalukyan period has been the Vachana literature. So the unique contributions of this period is Vachana literature. Akamadevi, Allamaprabhu, Machaya and others were the leading Vachanakaras, were the leading people in Vachanas. The Chalukyas were not only lovers of literature but also patrons of art. Their contribution in the field of art is vast, and famous temples like Kashi Vishweshwara temple at Lakkundi, Mahadeva temple at Itagi, Mallikarjuna temple at Kuruvatti, then Trikuteshwara at a temple at Gadag are the noteworthy examples of their art. So you can see in these temples the Chalukyas style of art. The kings of this dynasty built innumerable temples and contributed to making Kannada land home into fine arts. So they had built innumerable temples and contributed to making the Kannada land home for fine arts. Along with the art and literature, music and dance forms also prospered. It was also flourished. During their period, musicians and dancers used to be appointed to serve in the court or in the kingdom. Queen Chandralekha patronized many scholars and dancers, Manasa Sollasa and the work of Jagadeka Malla. Second, Sangeeta Chudamani discussed many topics related to music, dance, art and jewelry of this period. This is all about the contributions of Kalyana Chalukyas. Hope children you have understood this chapter. Thank you.